Hello YouTubers, this is Cessna Ace back again with another video. Sorry it's been so long since the last time I did one of these videos, but my health has not been the best. I have been having real bad relapses of vertigo. It's been real hard for me to get from one end of the house to the other, much less ride in a car or even drive a car. But I'm on medication now that allows me to do so. So I was able to drive out to the flea market over the weekend and pick up some LaserDiscs and some CEDs. Now, I have also been unable to sign on to YouTube until yesterday. Finally got that working, so hopefully I should be able to upload this video. Now, I still have the problem with the audio. I've been working with the audio problem for a long time. Some of you out there, I'm sure, could tell me how long. But I'm still working on it. So please, no comments to the effect of, you have problems with your audio. Yes, Jeremy Clarkson, I have problems with my audio. I'm trying to fix it, but, you know, I'm going to start with CEDs. Okie dokie. The first one, oh, by the way, I don't play CDs. I have no way to play CDs any longer. My wife thought I was crazy when I bought CDs back when I could play them, but now that I can't play them, she thinks I'm even crazier. But I don't collect just any old thing. It has to have a caddy that is in very good to near mint condition. So yes, I'm collecting them, but I'm collecting them primarily for the caddies. Okay, so if you have any CEDs out there and the caddies are immaculate, but the discs, the grooves are crushed, doesn't bother me whatsoever. Okay, this first one is a Martin Scorsese film, and it's one I have never heard of before. Yes, being a film buff, I'm surprised I had never heard of this film. Originally released theatrically by United Artists, but it was released on CED under license by RCA Select Division Video Discs. It's called Last Waltz. Now, CEDs they used something that was rather unique. Color-coded caddies. Now, white caddies denote that the program has mono audio. Blue caddies, stereo or dual audio. Black denotes either an interactive program or one that is extremely limited edition. I have some Disney titles that are black, but because they are extremely limited editions. And mine are in immaculate condition. And they also used gray. I've never seen gray, but gray was used for industrial titles. Okay, so it has white caddy. All CED discs were made by RCA, regardless of who published them. NTSC formatted discs were made in the US. PAL standard were made in England, but by RCA. NTSC CEDs have the same capacity as a LaserDisc, an hour per side. PAL standard have a maximum capacity of 75 minutes per side. This is owing to two factors. One, a difference in frame rate, and two, a lower rotational speed than used for NTSC. This is RCA 01407. I did show the reverse side, didn't I? There it is. Okay. Okay, this one is Daylight Again, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. No Young. Notice it is in a blue caddy because it is stereo. Now, the LaserDisc format was co-invented by the American company MCA, Music Corporation of America, Philips of the Netherlands, and their American subsidiary Magnavox. But that didn't prevent MCA from releasing titles on video in every format in existence. Notice they are chapter encoded, although frequently with CEDs they call them bands. Well, one cool thing about CEDs, and I noticed the thing about VHDs too, they give you the time in for each band or chapter. For example, side 2, band 6 is 31 minutes even into side 2. I think that is cool. This is MCA Home Video Release 45-74020. Okay, this is Billy Joel, live from Long Island. I was born on Long Island. Bet you didn't know that. This one is again in stereo. And is, I guess you would say, band encoded. Well, it says chapter, abbreviation for chapter. CBS Fox Video released a ton of CEDs, Capacitance Electronic Disc System. I'm not going to go over the 16 songs that are on here. Piano Man's one of them. Allentown's one of them. Still Rock and Roll to Me is one of them. So there you go. This is CBS Fox Video Release 6297-90. Okay, normally I wouldn't have bought this one. Whenever I have seen this one on CED, it has been in ratty condition. This is because this title, which was also released on LaserDisc and VHS and Betamax, although in England they pronounce it Betamax, because it was so popular, every video store in the country stocked it and rented it out. And yes, there were places that rented out CEDs, I know, because I went to a few of them. And this particular disc, the caddy was always in really rough shape because it was rented constantly. But this one is in really nice shape. And as I stated, I normally wouldn't have bought this title, except it's in such good shape, and I've never seen one that looked this good. This is Jane Fonda's Workout. Now, it's not in stereo. It's in a blue caddy because it has dual soundtracks. Now, what that means in this case is channel A has both music and instructions, and side B only has the music. Now also, side 1 are routines for beginners, and side 2 are routines for advanced. As I stated, this is the best condition I've ever found this title in CD. Okay. Jane Fonda Workout Productions with Jane Fonda. Oh, really? Okay. This is RCA release 22095. Okay, now to the LaserDiscs. A lot of these still have the original shrink wrap on them, but they're not sealed, although there's at least one or two that are sealed. This is the film Gene Wilder met Gilda Radner while they were filming it. It's also got Charles Grodin. I like all three of those. I've never seen this movie, so I'm going to have to watch it. It has a sticker price on the shrink wrap of $29.95, featuring Stevie Wonder's #1 song, I Just Called to Say I Love You. The Woman in Red. From Vestra video. Release number VL5055. That's definitely a Vestron catalog number. Okay. My wife bought this for me the week previous to when I went out there because she didn't know when the next time was I was going to be able to go out there, and it had been a while since I'd gone out there. By the way, you know how I said they had a long line of LaserDiscs? I mean, situated like this, but 100 deep, at least. Whole row of these things like that, just column after column after column. And then they had a second one. I went in there and I said, any new ones? And he said, this is the section that you know of, that you've been through. This is the section of LaserDisc you haven't been through. And so he's doubled the number of LaserDiscs he has. He had 1,000 in stock, so now he's got 2,000 in stock. And it's great you're buying more LaserDiscs. He said, well, I've got a couple people who come in here and they're buying primarily science fiction, fantasy, and horror. And I said, well, whatever gets them in. Okay. Anyway, my wife bought this for me, and I've already got a copy. This one still has a shrink wrap on it. Dustin Hoffman, Rene Russo, Morgan Freeman. Outbreak. Did you know that statistically, it's 3 out of every 10 movies made in the world are post-apocalyptic. Post-apocalyptic. I didn't believe it, but I looked it up, and it's true. I guess this includes the really bad made-for-TV movies that Lifetime runs. This originally sold for $39.99, so it says the sticker affixed to the shrink wrap. Okay, this one's interesting because it's a low-budget film, and it probably costs more for the LaserDisc release than the film cost to make. The film cost $600,000 to make. It did win an award at the Cannes Film Festival in 1995. It's called Denise Calls Up, and it's in widescreen. Kind of reminds me of the Blair Witch Project, which was shot on either 8mm film or Super 8, and they spent more money blowing it up to 35mm so they could release it theatrically than the film cost. To make. This is Columbia TriStar home video release 82546. And no, there are no known copies that are defective. I always have to check whenever it's Columbia TriStar release. Okay, this is a movie that is still factory sealed, but it's a really bad movie. So, I'm not surprised, but it's got a good cast. Jackie Gleason, Mac Davis, Terry Garr, Carl Malden, Oliver Reed. It's a sequel to a film that never should have had a sequel. The original film was a classic, is a classic, still a classic to this day. But the sequel is not. The Sting 2. Now, after they used MCA Discovision, MCA used MCA Video Disc Incorporated for their video discs. For videotapes, they used MCA Video Cassette Incorporated. This is release 11-017. That's the same catalog referencing system that MCA Discovision used. And after MCA Video Disc Incorporated, they went to MCA Universal Home Video. They used the same catalog numbers for a lot of those, except they took out the dash. So it'd be 11017 without the dash. More information than you wanted to know. Now, LaserDisc database had this as being distributed by image, but I amended that because I question it. There are a ton of Playboy titles on LaserDisc. This is Playboy Video Magazine Volume 1. Why, you ask, did I question it was distributed by image? Well, it's still got the original shrink wrap on it. That's why. Okay, this is Harry Connick Jr. and his orchestra swinging out live. This was released by Sony Music Video Enterprises. Okay, this title, I have been looking for this title forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Bill out yesterday and today, and when it came in, he put it aside for me. I about fell over when I saw it, because on the rare occasions I have found it, it has either been extremely overpriced or in bad condition, or both. This, he charged me a very reasonable price. In fact, he told me he went online and he checked to see what it was routinely going for, and he sold it to me for about half that. But it is in immaculate condition. It is on the first LaserDisc home video label in the world, MCA Discovision. Still has the original shrink wrap on it. ABBA. Now, two-sided disc, stereo. This is a collection of their music videos, all of which were directed by Swedish director Lasse Hallström, who also directed ABBA the movie. Cover photo by Ola Lager. Side 1 has Gimme, 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 Knowing Me, Knowing You, Take a Chance on Me, Money, 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 Eagle, and Voulez-Vous. Side 2 has Dancing Queen, Chiquitita, Does Your Mother Know, One Man, One Woman, Name of the Game, and Thank You for the Music. Okay, this is MCA Discovision release 74-006. Okay. Whenever he comes across a porn title, he hides it. And, well, he told me whenever anybody asks to say, you don't know where you got it. I bought this on eBay. It's called Sex. This was released by LaserDisc Entertainment, which was an imprint of Image Entertainment, under license from VCA. Ooh, an Academy Award-winning porn film. LaserDisc Entertainment release Z0526. That is the cataloging system that LaserDisc Entertainment used. C. And then the number. Okay. Very popular French farce. When it was released theatrically in the US, it was a mega hit. And in fact, for years, it retained the record of most successful foreign language film released theatrically in the US. This has been remade a number of times, including the American film The Birdcage with Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, and Gene Hackman. But this is the original French-Italian co-production, shot in French, but it's dubbed into English. Did that make sense? Go to Paris. This play, well, when we went to Paris in the mid-70s, it was playing, and it was a must-see for any tourist. It's also a must-see for any Parisian. Usual format for LaserDisc from CBS Fox back then. An essay and then a line of photos at the top. I'll let you determine which character in the Birdcage was played by Robin Williams and which one by Nathan Lane. This is CBS Fox Video Release 4506-80. I'm a big foreign film fan, so I always tell Bill, any foreign films come in, put them aside for me. This one won the Special Grand Jury Prize at the Cannes Film Festival. It's 1988. Has Barbara Hershey in it. Love Barbara Hershey. Ever since I saw her in Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters. This is from Media. World Apart. Okay, this says electrifying. Roger Ebert, Siskel and Ebert. Fortunately, neither Siskel or Ebert are with us any longer. Program content 1988, Atlantic Entertainment Group. Artwork and summary, copyright 1989, Media Home Entertainment. That is the general rule of thumb that I use for trying to determine when the film was released on LaserDisc, unless there's a specific date at the LaserDisc database. I go by the copyright for the artwork and summary, not the program content or the photography content, but the artwork and summary. It's not always accurate, but it usually gets you close. This is Image Entertainment release ID 7190ME for Media. Okay, Jeff Goldblum and Michelle Pfeiffer. Into the Night, a dangerous romance. This has the original shrink wrap on it from MCA Home Video. That's Dan Aykroyd. You can't fool me. A John Landis film, directed by John Landis. Oh wow, how about that? I like John Landis. featuring B.B. King. Okay, I'm going to have to watch this one, just so you know. MC Home Video Release 40170. See, if this had been released by DiscoVision, MCA DiscoVision, it would have a catalog number 40-170. But I don't think it ever was. Okay, now, Pioneer released a number of interactive murder mysteries on LaserDisc, although this one was subsequently re-released by Image Entertainment along with a second one. This is Mystery Disc 2, although it doesn't say on it that it's number 2. New, oh yes it does, new, the second in a series of mystery games specially designed for LaserVision. 16 changing plots combined into a completely different video disc game. This is Many Roads to Murder. It's still sealed, even though it doesn't look like it completely on the back, but it is. Factory sealed. And you know my rule, any dead format that's factory sealed stays factory sealed. Okay, we have this on VHS, and my wife loves this movie. $24.98. It's not sealed, but it has the shrink wrap on it. Bill Murray and Scrooged. She also likes Carol Kane. Or in fact, she loves Carol Kane. Actually, who doesn't love Carol Kane? Karen Allen, directed by Richard Donner. Bill Murray, Karen Allen, John Forsythe, Bob Cat Goldthwait, Carol Kane, Robert Mitchum. There are names in this film. There's Robert Mitchum right there. I have to watch that one too. Okay, I couldn't resist this one. It's a Criterion Collection release, and I collect those, but I couldn't let it go by anyway. This is release 66A. The earliest one I have is release 3A. This is The Adventures of Robin Hood, photographed in Technicolor. Errol Flynn. There is a Daffy Duck Porky Pig cartoon where Daffy pretends he's, or says he's Robin Hood all the way through it. And Porky Pig, who's Friar Tuck, doesn't believe it. You're not Robin Hood. And there's a cutaway of the real Robin Hood. And it's a live-action Errol Flynn. And unless I might be getting my Looney Tunes cartoons mixed up. But in any event, Daffy Duck looks to the camera and says, can't be. Okay, this has the film soundtrack on analog track 1. On analog track 2, it has an audio essay by Rudy Balmer, and digital tracks have the film soundtrack. This is, I can't see the actual catalog number, but because it's covered by shrink wrap. But can see that it is a first printing. One thing I like about Criterion Collection, they would tell you that it was a first printing or a second printing or whatever. Classic film, and it is letter boxed. This film was shot simultaneously in conventional widescreen, and it was shot in CinemaScope, which meant 3 cameras tied together, and then when it was projected, required 3 projectors tied together. And I don't know whether this is the CinemaScope version or not, because that has been released on LaserDisc, or was released on LaserDisc. Aha! Filmed in CinemaScope and presented here in the letterbox format with full stereophonic sound. I'm talking about 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, which was loosely adapted into the television series Here Come the Brides, which, if you've lived in Seattle, that's a perennial favorite there. It was run every day when I lived there. Okay, Smash Broadway Frontier Musical is spectacular cinema Americana. Okay, a bonus, the classic MGM Jubilee Overture. This 1954 short subject was filmed to commemorate MGM's 30th anniversary. Studio maestro Johnny Green and the MGM Symphony perform an 11-song melody from hits from famous MGM movies. That is Chapter 1. Chapter 14 is color bars and tone. Okay, this is MGM UA Home Video Release ML. That's a giveaway. That's an MGM catalog number. ML101708. Okay, for you Anglophiles out there, a bit of history. Started to say a bit of history. A bit of history. Cromwell. It says a shrink wrap on it, but it's not sealed. Richard Harris, Dumbledore. Alec Guinness. Robert Morley. Dorothy Tootin. Frank Finlay. Timothy Dalton. He was in an episode of Doctor Who. I know he was in Flash Gordon. Patrick Wymark. Patrick McGee. Nigel Stock. Charles Gray. Michael Jaston, Richard Cornish, Anna Copper, Michael Goodlife with 2 F's. This has a nice cast. Color. It's not letterboxed, but hey, it looks like it has a lot of action in it. Well, Cromwell, if I remember my history correctly, was decapitated. 30639. From RCA Columbia Pictures Home Video. Okay, these are early for Embassy Home Entertainment. So early, they were made by Japan before the Japanese Pioneer plant was using Metmarks. This is Victory at Sea, volumes 4 through 6. I'm trying to remember my Roman numerals. 4 through 6. I used to have the complete set of Victory at Sea on Betamax. Or Betamax. I know that sounds weird, but that's the way the English pronounce it, so hey. Okay, this is Embassy Home Entertainment release 75735. Okay, that had a red V. This has a purple V. This is volumes 7 through 9. And beginning with this volume, they printed on the jacket the suggested retail price, $34.95. Okay, this is Embassy Home Entertainment release 75745. I have a lot of packages coming. You just wouldn't believe. Okay, this has a yellow V. Victory at Sea, volumes 10 through 12. All of these were released and then yanked. I don't know why. Just going by website, the LaserDisc database. Discontinued. And hey. Okay, this set, for crap on it, is part of the MCA Home Video Encore collection. This is a Marx Brothers film, Monkey Business. Most Encore editions have a theatrical trailer. This one has the original shrink wrap on it, although it's not sealed. Okay, this isn't in color, is it? It has a color screenshot on the back, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't know. But side 2 has chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5, and side 1 has only chapter 1. So go figure. MCA Home Video Release 40172. Doesn't say black and white or color anywhere on it. Side 1 CLB, side 2 CAB. Okay, finally, this is the old style that Disney used. There were some Disney titles released on MCA Discovision, although Disney has stated in their literature they had nothing to do with Discovision. Weren't anything released on Discovision? Okay, but there were, because I have some Discovision releases that were from Disney. But anyway, after that, Disney adopted this style, which they also used for their VHS and Betamax releases. And I actually like this style. It is very clean. This is Treasure Island. Okay, here's the back. Now, Walt Disney Home Video. This is release 41AS, but also over here it says 41-1. That denotes that it is on focus. It's not cooperating with me. This is the first edition, if you will, of this title, this catalog number. If they remastered it, for example, it would be 41-2. I have that first edition. Anyway, there's that. I have a ton of other things to show you. Are you willing to put up with the bad audio to see all the amazing stuff I have for you? Let me know in the comments down below. And for those of you who sent me private messages and emails asking me if I was alright and so forth, I really, really appreciate that. Until next time, stay awesome. Yeah. I'm trying to fix it, but you know, I'm going to start with CDs. Okie dokie. The first one, oh, by the way, I don't play CDs. I have no way to play CDs any longer. My wife thought I was crazy when I bought CDs back when I could play them, but now that I can't play them, she thinks I'm even crazier. But I don't collect just any old thing. It has to have a caddy that is in very good to near mint condition. So yes, I'm collecting them, but I'm collecting them primarily for the caddies. Okay, so if you have any CEDs out there and the caddies are immaculate, but the discs, the grooves are crushed, doesn't bother me whatsoever. Okay, this first one is a Martin Scorsese film, and it's one I have never heard of before. Yes, being a film buff, I'm surprised I had never heard of this film. Originally released theatrically by United Artists, but it was released on CED under license by RCA Select Division video discs. It's called Hello YouTubers, this is Cessna Ace back again with another video. Sorry it's been so long since the last time I did one of these videos, but my health has not been the best. I have been having real bad relapses of vertigo. It's been real hard for me to get from one end of the house to the other, much less ride in a car or even drive a car. But I'm on medication now that allows me to do so. So I was able to drive out to the flea market over the weekend and pick up some LaserDiscs and some CEDs. Now, I have also been unable to sign on to YouTube until yesterday. Finally got that working, so hopefully I should be able to upload this video. Now, I still have the problem with the audio. I've been working with the audio problem for a long time. Some of you out there, I'm sure, could tell me how long. But I'm still working on it. So please, no comments to the effect of, you have problems with your audio. Yes, Jeremy Clarkson, I have problems with my audio. All CED discs were made by RCA, regardless of who published them. NTSC formatted discs were made in the US. PAL standard were made in England, but by RCA. NTSC CEDs have the same capacity as a LaserDisc, an hour per side. PAL standard have a maximum capacity of 75 minutes per side. This is owing to two factors. One, a difference in frame rate, and two, a lower rotational speed than used for NTSC. This is RCA 01407. I did show the reverse side, didn't I? There it is. Okay. Okay, this one is Daylight again, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. No Young. Last Waltz. Now, CEDs they used something that was rather unique. Color-coded caddies. Now, white caddies denote that the program has mono audio. Blue caddies, stereo or dual audio. Black denotes either an interactive program or one that is extremely limited edition. I have some Disney titles that are black, but because they are extremely limited editions. And mine are in immaculate condition. And they also used gray. I've never seen gray, but gray was used for industrial titles. Okay. So it has white caddy. Notice it is in a blue caddy because it is stereo. Now, the LaserDisc format was co-invented by the American company MCA, Music Corporation of America, Philips of the Netherlands, and their American subsidiary Magnavox. But that didn't prevent MCA from releasing titles on video in every format in existence. Notice that they are chapter encoded, although frequently with CEDs they call them bands. But one cool thing about CEDs, and I noticed the thing about VHDs too, they give you the time in for each band or chapter. For example, side 2, band 6 is 31 minutes even into side 2. I think that is cool.